Good evening or midnight to everybody. It is an honor to be here, sitting in the seat of the prophet. It's not small. I salute grace, and I thank everyone that is joining and those here to join as well. I welcome you all to today's session, where we delve deeper into physiotherapy, or maybe surface and see what we can learn from there as well in enriching the body of Christ. So once again, I welcome everyone to today's session. So feel free to ask your questions, and I pray I'll be able to answer majority of them as they come forward. Okay, so just a quick prayer. We can all join in the prayers as well. Father, we thank you for this day, this hour, to again enrich all your people, the nations, all that are hearing, even as you prepare your saints, that today will gain insight into the profession of physiotherapy. Thank you for all that are listening. I pray to deliver and answer their questions, and also teach or provide understanding on what physiotherapy is about. And we all learn this night. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Lord Jesus. We are grateful for this moment. Come and fellowship with us even as we learn this day. In Jesus' name I pray with thanksgiving. Amen. Okay, so I'll be starting with a very quick one. What is physiotherapy? So here in Ghana, we say physiotherapy. But when you go to, I think the UK and some other places, they will even say physical therapy. So it's just that we have shortened it. We chose to short it. So physiotherapy or physical therapy, the word physical already, you can see that everything is clear. It is straightforward. Physical, what you can see. And then therapy has to do with treating someone. So the basic understanding to what physiotherapy is that we look for physical impairment. You know, the body, you have the right and then you have the left side. So that's a pair. Your hands are in pairs, your legs are in pairs, your joints, all of that, your eyes, all of it. So we look for impairment, which we can obviously see outside. So doctors, surgeons, they will all work on the internal parts. We don't do surgery. We don't do pharmaceuticals. We don't give medications and all. Our focus is the external, what we see outside. So that is what physiotherapy is about. So you see people getting fracture cases, people getting issues with their joints, their muscles, their ligaments, their tendons, their bones, and you see that they are being referred for physiotherapy management. So that is it about. In a subtle sense, we can say physiotherapy is like solving puzzles. Puzzles in the sense that you look at the person from the outside and you spot a disparity. You see that something is not the same as the other part. That is physiotherapy. So all the management that we'll do for your muscle to get it back to functionality, all the management that will be done to your joints so that you can do a certain activity that you could do before, it is all part of physiotherapy or physical therapy. Please, I hope we are following. And oftentimes we tend to confuse it with a massage, as broadly known to almost literally everywhere. Everyone is like massage. Funny enough, sometimes you can be in the clinic there and then someone will come and say that, oh, the doctor said I should go for massage, so I have come for massage. And you are like, really? So massage is also a different therapy. So we have massage therapy, it's on its own. We have occupational therapy, it's on its own. We have speech therapy, it's on its own. And then we have physical therapy or physiotherapy, it's also on its own. So physiotherapy is not massage therapy. That is why we have the spa over there and the massage parlors and all of that. So they are the ones that deal specifically with massage. Massage is all about getting relaxed and feeling good. That is massage. So if you are overworking yourself, and your body will definitely get sore. You begin to get tiredness, pains and all at parts of your body, especially with the muscles. The best call for that, if you don't have any like medical condition, the best call for that is to go for massage therapy or a relaxation clinic. They'll see to that. As our main focus is with the joints, and wherein we also do the massage, it's just like it's not even up to 1% of what we do, because we will only focus on a limitation in a muscle that is going to restrict your physical movement or your physical appearance. So that's where we might use some of those modalities from the massage therapy. But physiotherapy or physical therapy is not massage. Please, I hope that one it's clear to us. So I'll move on to, I would say, okay, so now physical, what can we see? When you take the human body from the head, you come down to the shoulders, the legs, right? And then in between we have the whole head, big head like that, then the spinal cord, the vertebra and all spread about. So our focus goes to the nerves, that's one thing we look at, and the muscles, another one, then joint spaces where we now look at ligaments and tendons. You know, a tendon is when a muscle connects to a bone, and ligament is when a bone connects to another bone. I hope we spot that. So tendons is when muscle connects to a bone. So you take your biceps, you notice that at a point it starts somewhere and then it ends somewhere. If you are chewing your meat, that whitish part going from the meaty parts of the chicken, that is, you are getting close to a tendon. You see, you'll be doing a crunchy like that. If you look at your heel, there is that tough fiber above your heel, that is the Achilles tendon. So it is a tendon connecting your soleus and then your calcaneus muscles over there. You. So you see your calf, the back muscles at your leg. Everyone will say sobo. I don't know how it is in other languages. So the one that is behind your leg, you can see that coming down to where your heel is, there's some tough tendon over there. That's Achilles tendon. So I'm just saying that tendons connect muscles to bones. But when it comes to ligaments, they connect bone to bone. So that one, you see it mainly inside the joints. And when I'm talking of joints, we can see it at the most common ones is the shoulder, then the hip, the wrist, the digits, the hand, the fingers. So you see the ligaments over there as well. So when you have a problem with these structures, that limits your movement. Physio is all about locomotion. Locomotion just means to move. Physio, our focus is how we can get you to move. So if you have any limitation with these nerves, muscles, tendons, ligaments, then that is where physiotherapy comes in. But physio only continue to do its work after you have been cleared internally by a medical practitioner or the doctor. So we don't just, physios, we don't do emergency. That's one thing. So me, I tell people that there's nothing like clients to me. Everybody is a patient, and when you are a patient, you must have patience. So when you come, you have patience and we handle you. It's not some, physios don't do emergency. You don't come to physios screaming with pain and you expect a physiotherapist to just jump on you and just be like, hey, I'm resolving this, I'm doing that. No. You have to be cleared at emergency first. Then someone will say, what the stuffs that we use. So one thing earlier I also used to think of myself, I see physiotherapists as gardeners. That's one inspiration for me. So we don't really force the healing for our patients. Take it like you're a gardener, you go to the garden, there's some tree that its branch is bent down. Then you see farmers will tie it to the other one that is straight, so that as it is growing, then that one will also take a certain good shape and will not be falling down. Or you see one branch that has broken off, you see that they'll tie it or kind of bandage it in a way. That is how it is. But only that with physiotherapists, we are dealing with human beings. So we don't determine how your body's healing is going on, but we just help guide it. So you won't see a physiotherapist doing surgery typically per se, and you won't see us giving medications. So when you come, we use your own body to work for you. So it is about cooperation. You come and you are ready to move, and then by the grace of God upon our lives, we also help you, and it comes true. And people say that physios are working magic. It's not always so. It's the grace of God upon our lives, whether you believe it or not. Gardeners indeed. We tend to the trees of the Lord. Okay. So now some modalities that we use. I group them into three. We use light, different ranges or spectrum of infrared. We also use sound. You hear ultrasound, also different ranges. We use electricity. This is where the most common one that you have heard of is TENS, but there are EMS and many other variations. All of them with what they do. Why? Because even the muscles in the body, they have nerves passing through each and every one of them. And there's nerves that are specific to large muscle bodies and smaller muscle bodies. And all of that, for example, the nerve that is going to give you pain is different from the nerve that is going to regulate you doing a heavy manual task. So if an injury happens and it damages a particular nerve, as for nerves, they'll still grow, they'll still regenerate. But this is where physio comes to guide its healing. And the most common example or condition with this is stroke. So stroke is just a temporary pause to me. It's just a temporary pause in the flow of the nerve's function, coming all the way from the central nervous system, which is your brain and your spinal cord. Now the two common ways is if there's an embolus or something that has blocked the pathway directly, like a blood clot or something, And the second one is when there's that sudden shoot in high blood pressure. So you have a small pipe, and then suddenly they pump like high pressure liquid through it. Because it was not built to withstand that pressure, it will burst. And that bursting over there is where you can also, because at that moment all the structures over there is damaged, so it will bring that temporary pause, but we always heal after an injury. But because you are not using that body part or the severed connection at that moment, it will make that part to look like it is lifeless or cannot do anything again. Back then, our forefathers, most people did not know. So once someone gets stroke, they will go and be doing herbalist management and all of that, or they just leave the person in the house. Healing is still going on, but there's no movement accorded to it. So the person is healed, and then now they are just there like that. They can't do anything. Take it like at a point you'll say the person has plateau. If you remember geography, plateau is when those mountains that their top is just straight and flat. So it means that the person is no longer rising or falling. They have just reached where they are. So take like training a child to learn how to ride a bicycle. Everything starts gradual. You take it step by step. At a point they are scared. They are going. Then reaches a point you start leaving your hand, and before you realize they are even gone, and you are not even holding them. Or another scenario you take on is our local corn mill. If you have ever been to the corn milling machine places, first as for now, a lot of things are becoming smart and technology is advancing. But with the olden ones, you see that the corn miller, the technician there, he will go and fix this handle to the machine, and he'll be spinning it until it picks up like as if a generator, and then they can now move on its own. So it's just the same with the bicycle analogy. You keep on going until it suddenly picks. Now that is one part where in stroke management, physios will do a bit of massage. One thing massage gives you is that it stimulates blood flow, and that is where most of the relaxation also comes in. Imagine let's say you have a stone or let's say your own footwear, there's water in your footwear. You see, you don't feel that comfortable as you are walking in it. Or maybe you have a stone or something stuck in your footwear as you are walking about. You don't feel fine, right? That is how it is. So we massage usually according to the venous pathways and the venous flow. So some people will say we massage towards the heart. If you have ever heard that. So it's kind of like maybe at that moment the efficiency of flow or the pressure with which the heart is working is not as it should be. So that massage that they are doing for you is to get that blood flowing all the way to the heart, and then that of the arteries also, their own coming down and all. So we are just moving along that of the veins. You know, subconsciously when you walk and you do anything about, you exercise these veins unknowingly. Some people call the calf muscles, the one at the back of your leg, they call it the second heart. Why do they call it that? Because when you are walking, as you lift your leg and you put it down, you are contracting the calf muscle over there, and as it is contracting, it's going to be squeezing the veins that move from your feet all the way up. So as it is squeezing them, it is pushing the blood upwards. So some people call it a second heart because of that functionality, but that's just a thing. So you realize that the one main thing that massage will give you is that relaxation feel of getting the blood flowing. And secondly, it activates your nervous system. Our first response, I know you will say to fear of falling and loud sounds and all of that, but our first response as children is also touch. From birth and all, everybody responds to the stimulus of touch. So once someone touches you, your nerves over there, they are awakened, or you can sense it. It goes all the way to your mind. I believe we are following. So when they are doing a massage for you, just that thoughts or the relaxation thought of someone's hand on you and the touch going, you are aware of yourself. There are times you go about your day, you can get a cut or you can get an injury, but even you don't know, and you are just doing your own stuff until you go to take a bath. Or you use sanitizer or something. That's when you sense that, no, I had a cut there earlier. Please, I hope we are following. That's when you realize that there was a cut over there, or an injury to your body that you did not pay attention to. Sometimes you even see blood. And most of the times too, as we are young like this, we tend to put our bodies in weird postures and subject it to so many unnecessary activities. Because you are young, you think you have the strength. They say come and do this. You know you can take that thing in bit by bit, but you want to finish all in one go. Then you can have the rest of the time to do God knows what. So you end up taking abnormal postures, lifting things, going about long distances and all, doing so many activities. As you are young and you are youthful, the body won't complain. It will endure. You keep going. When you reach old age, and now the dust has settled, you are no more as active as you are before. It's not that the brain will now bring itself to the body. Even when you yourself, you want to walk, you hear your knees, the crackling sound and everything. Now you start, because now you are thinking, or your mind is now paying attention to itself. You start to notice all the subtle pains and limitations you can't do. That is the funny thing about it. So the thing about massage is that in that stimulation of the hand, so when they are touching you, that's tactile, because touch. So as the person's hand is moving over your body, subconsciously you are drawn to yourself. Your mind comes to yourself. And when your mind is focused on yourself and there's a pain somewhere, your body also directs its own defense mechanisms to those portions. Now we have one common thing that we have, which is usually among the working class, which is the trigger point in muscles. So what is trigger point? You know, when you take the gun, when you pull the trigger, you shoot. So trigger just means that any activity around that point will elicit or will bring pain. It will bring pain to your body. So it will trigger pain. So we call those places what? Trigger points. And the most common one is around the shoulder and the neck area over here. Why do I say that? Because we use our hands all the time, right? Our hands are always working. So because of that, where it connects to the shoulder girdle, the joints behind, the muscles at the back over here, we are always bending, we are always rising. Because you do work around those places constantly, you are likely to get a trigger point over there. Have you ever sat in a car and maybe you squeezed and your posture was not right? Or maybe you sat down for so long that you stood up and you just felt like as if your legs have gone numb. or someone even sits on your thigh, and when the person gets up, it's like that pain lingers for some time in your thighs. Or maybe you sat in an awkward posture because you were trying to manage the chair or the space in the car some way, and then we finally reach your destination. You reach you reach your destination and you realize that it's like you can no longer walk. Those are things that lead to the trigger point. So it means that at that moment the muscle had been subjected to something it is not used to in a very quick response time, or it has been under contraction for a long time, so it's very painful. So because of that, this one is like in a way of the muscle trying to protect itself. If yourself you get an injury, you are likely to guard. We call it guarding. Someone who has fractured the hand before, they are likely to keep going back to this posture because they want to protect that pain over there. Psychologically, they have not really let it go. So that is guarding. If you get an injury right now, you are likely to be walking in a certain way. That is guarding, because guarding as in G-U-A-R-D, you are trying to guard the place from further injury. It's psychological. You don't even think about it. So that is guarding. So in your muscles, it's like you see your whole muscles big like this. When you are chewing meat, you see it's like bulk cooked, all of that, but it's actually spindle fibers that have spun that way, and then there are nerves passing through. So this sustained activity you are doing continuously, or the sudden quick gesture or movement that you did, is going to cause an injury, an inflammation at that area. So in your body's response to guarding it, maybe you were able to work for a certain period and you relaxed. So at that moment, your body will send its healing factors, the white blood cells and all of that, and you'll go and heal you. So you wake up the following day and you feel fine. But when you are not well rested and your work is progressive, you are doing 24-hour economy, it will reach a point your body has realized that you are never going to stop. So it will have to guard and protect itself. So in this, let me chip this one in. If someone is always weeding, you realize that you see callus forming in their hand. Why is that so? Because the body wants to prevent those places from peeling, so it will harden those places. That is an example. So but this one is internal. Because you are not resting, you are not stopping, you are not relaxing, it will now begin to guard. So places that can easily injure, it will cause that place to tighten and become stiffened, or like to pull together in order to protect that body part. Then you tend to get trigger points at those places. So it means that if you should do a movement in that angle or with that body part, you will say that what? My back, my neck, my waist, here. Because as you have pulled that part, the nerve over there has been sensitized. It has been notified. So it will also let you know that something is going here. Somebody is pressing me. You see the way it is. So now with that one, the masseur, the person massaging you, is going to focus on that portion and put pressure over there, so that tightening that has come will be able to relax. And once they are done, then you'll be like, I feel fine. It's not magic. You just don't rest enough. But well, every day you have to get money, so but sometimes we just do too much. So I said earlier that we use light, we use sound, and we use electricity. The nerves that move through these muscles, that power your entire body, coming from the central nervous system, the spinal cord, and branching to all the other body parts, the brachial plexus, the lumbar plexus, all the plexuses. Thank you. Where the dense fibers are, the head, the shoulders, and then down all of it like that. So they all work with a certain electrical impulse sort of. If you have, we have the median nerve passing under your elbow over here. So if you should use this part to hit something and you feel that electric shock go through your body, that tells you that God in his own wisdom has made you that you have water in your system and electricity is still flowing with that water and you are still going every day fine. God is the master engineer. So these nerves that pass through all these body parts, they also work with a certain impulse. You know, the same electricity that will power an iron for you to iron your clothes is not the same that is going to power your light bulb. It's not the same that will power your fridge or whatever, even your car battery. So every nerve also, and the muscle that they innervate also determines like the impulse or the power output that they are using. So because of that, the whites have learnt, or the fathers earlier have learnt about these nerves in the whole human body, the different nerves and all, and they have modeled or imitated it. So because of that, the nerve that will cause you pain, they have created an alternative for it. The nerve that will cause you maybe to restore a function, they have also made a similitude of it. So because of that, when someone comes to the facility, sometimes they can use a certain threshold, a certain intensity of electrical impulse to fight your pain that is coming from that nerve pathway, so that they can numb the pain down for you at that moment before you now work your exercise to relieve it. For example, someone can have, let's say someone goes to uproot a cassava. In the process, because they pulled it very hard, they might slip a disc behind. And now the vertebra that is at your back, your vertebra, the bones behind you all the way down to the buttocks over there, it is at their sides. That is where the nerves come out and then they innervate your organs, your arms and the limbs, which is your hand, your legs and all. So if one of the vertebrae is out of alignment and it is pressing on a nerve that is coming out of its sides, that whole place is going to be giving you pain. And some people keep on going about their life without going for a medical condition management. So over time, that pain is still going to be there and your body is going to be managing itself around. So if you should come for physio and they are to attend to you, you are not going to resolve a 3 years problem, a 7 years problem in one day. It will take a gradual step before that can be resolved. So at that moment, to bring your pain down, because they have learned the way of this pain threshold pulsing that is coming in your body, they will give you a threshold from the TENS machine or the electrical devices, so that it will go and shut down that pain that is coming from that nerve, so that you can be able to put your mind off it and focus on the exercise to correct that injury that you have given yourself. Then you see, once you give space to the nerve that has been pressed, it will heal on its own. Then by the time you have resolved, you have corrected that wrong posture as well, and then now you feel fine. So we are just rehabilitating. To rehabilitate is to do something, and then rehabilitate means you have lost that function and then we are trying to get you to go back to it. So a child that is born and then a cerebral palsy, which is injury from the mind that the child cannot do anything on their own, this one, it does not have any conscious movement, so that one we rehabilitate. We are now coming to teach the child how to move or be sensitive to your own limbs, so that is rehabilitate. But someone who has had an accident, someone who has suffered stroke, Parkinson's, all these injuries to the nervous system, and you want to get them back to their former life, you are rehabilitating, you are restoring, you are renewing. That is it. So there are times that we also use sound to also treat. And I also made mention of light also as a modality. And speaking of light, I was actually, anytime someone gets an injury to their head or something suddenly, they'll put ice at that place. Why? Because once you injure a nerve and a vessel around a particular spot, the first response of the body is to send blood vessels, the blood over there, so that it can resolve the injury that has happened over there. Sometimes it comes in excess, and at that moment you're also in pain because of the nerves that have been injured over there. They are shooting their impulses that something has happened to us down here. So for you to be able to be at peace, we do icing. If you take ice in your hand for some time, you realize that when you take the ice off, you can barely feel your palm. So it's not like the ice is healing you or doing anything. It's helping you to take your mind off the pain at that moment, so that they can continue the work they are doing for you without pharmaceutical intervention. So that by the time you correct that posture, or that you are done with that exercise that has been given you to correct whatever is going on, before the pain will even come back, like everything is gone. It's like you just cause a diversion. And sometimes some people, like the working that they have been doing, that the muscle have become someone says self-defense. The muscle have adapted to that, their daily working that they do without resting, and has become hard or tensed. So that one like this, you now have to warm the place so that the muscle will give way and be soft or relax. You know, when the weather is that cold or something, and then you take that warm shower, you feel that fine relaxing feel, right? So this is where we bring in the heating modalities as well. So it's not every condition that you jump at it and be putting ice, or you be putting heat. And one thing is, heat is going to increase blood flow. So if someone has a sudden injury, maybe kids are playing and fell down, twisted, or an accident, or God forbid, like those injuries that bring like that disease to the body, you realize that when that portion swells, at that temporary, as like first aid, you can do the icing. This is not a time for you to go and be heating towel and be putting a hot towel or anything over there. The first thing to do is to ice the place, so that the pain can come down and the swelling can also resolve. But where someone has had an issue for long and the muscles over there have become tough, this is not a time for you to go for ice. You know, you yourself, if you should do a cold bath, you feel like your body has shriveled. And you know, even with the men too, they say that when it is cold weather, the testicles will run away for heat. They'll go to the body for heat. And then when the weather is hot, then the body's temperature is also high. So now they calm down so that they can be cooling in between us. You are going. So this is not the time. This is not the time for someone whose body is tensed, for you to now go and be putting ice over there again. And just because we are going to be using heat or ice does not mean that you just put everything on the person's body directly. No. You must first try and get a towel. You must make sure that the temperature is not too hot before you use it. I remember there was this joke that they said, whether it's a joke or reality, I don't know. But they said someone always comes to the facility, observes that they are using the infrared. The infrared is sometimes, if you ever go to the physio unit, you see that red light is like they have on a red light on you. That red light is just so we know that something is coming in case there's a fault or something. The same way the smell of your gas cylinder is not the gas that is actually smelling. It's just so that you can detect a leakage if an issue comes up. So the infrared, when we turn it on, some have different colors, but the common one is red. So that if one bulb is not working, or the machine is faulty, we can tell that, or someone left it on, we can know that the infrared machine is on, or whatever thermometer heat giving device is over there, we will know. And this one, you can see infrared is going to work with radiation. Why would that one be used? Maybe someone has a wound at the place that we cannot go and be putting hot pack over there, or be doing pouring wax around that place or something. So that one, you do infrared, you still get your heating feel without touching the wound and then corrupting or infecting the place. But someone whose body is all fine, the skin is all good, we can go for the hot pack or the hot towels, or even waxing where required for the joints. So what I was even going to say has skipped me. So this infrared now is heating, is going to warm the body. So this is not the place that you use the icing, obviously. And then with the icing one too, you are not going to also put ice block directly. You know that ice can stick to the skin. When you should hold it, ice can stick to the skin, even sticks to the rubber. And you must not leave it on the skin, the person's body, bare like that, just because you want to achieve something. No, we rub as it is melting, and then till you get what you want, then you put it aside. It does not mean that as I've taken one block, I must finish one block. No, you just want to get that feel that the place is okay for you to continue what you are doing. So we use light in the sense of temperature, heat and cold. And then we use sound, so we have ultrasound machines and all. And then we have electricity, where we have the electrical devices. So you have seen the physio is not massage, it's not massage as you think, and it does not also mean that you look down on the profession, because some people, they always see like physio is not anything sensible. It is when you come to the facility or you get the injury yourself before you realize that there are professions at stake. There are things needed. So the whole goal or the focus is to get you to move, or to help you get rid of pain. So everything that is done for you to relieve that pain, or to get you to move again, that is physiotherapy or physical therapy. Now, some of you will be saying that teach us to massage some. So massage is simple. Your second eyes are your hands. There are times you are in the dark. When you are in the dark, you don't go about with your eyes, right? Because everything is dark. What do? You use your hands to feel around. Some of us, we even close our eyes, so as we are touching, to move around to feel if we can get what we know. That I know that I placed this remote over here, so as they have turned off the light, I've closed my eyes and I'm using my hand to search around to locate the remote, isn't it? Or my phone or something. Yes. So for me, oftentimes I find myself massaging with my eyes closed where it is indicated or it is needed. So you have the human body over there, and I said we massage towards the heart. So if you look at let's take for example your hand. We have what is called origin and then insertion point. Origin tells you where the muscle is starting from, and it usually starts from a place closer to the body, so it is central to the body. So for example, the muscle at the front of your hand over here, that's the biceps, because it is two heads. The one behind your hand is triceps, because it is like three heads. Tri, 3, bi, 2. So over here we have the front one over here is the biceps. So when you see, even if they are exercising, you go to the gym, they say bicep curl, because when you are doing the exercise, it's like it is curling. So bicep curl. So it has the two head over there. So now the top of it over here, this is the origin, because you can see that this is central to the body. It is starting from the top, and then it inserts at the down. And you know that we have two bones over here as well, so it originates from here and then it sets over here, taking the biceps as an example. So when you are going to massage, you see that we massage towards the origin, we massage to the central portion of the body. So if you want to massage a friend, if you are doing the back, it's simple. Google is available. Search for the origin of the muscle you are looking for, and then massage from its insertion point. Insertion point is usually the ones external. So if we take the hand over here like this, you can see that this part is far away from the body towards the hand. This is the arm, right? Towards the hand over here, you can see that this is far from the body compared to this portion that is getting closer to the body. So when you are, so there is going to be our origin point for the muscles that start from here, and then here is going to be our insertion point. So if you are to massage, you are going to start from the insertion towards the origin. Do we get that? So if you are doing for the back as well, or let's take this side over here, the upper trapezius. So if you are to massage someone's upper trapezius, you are going to start, because the origin is more around the neck places over here, and then it has inserted. So you start more from where it has inserted at the down, and then you pull it towards the central, towards the heart. So we pull from the back all the way to the front. And the reason why I made the statement about your hands being the second eyes is that you yourself, when you are back then when we were kids, you buy food, watch it in rubber, and then you be fifing it and you be chopping it, right? You know when some of you, when the compare even finish it, you know how to pull the rubber and pull the rest of everything up. You tie the rubber and then you pull everything, you squeeze everything up. Thank you. So you are going to do the same thing for the muscle. So you just move along its formation. You can feel it, because if I'm working with this one, I can feel this. When I'm working with this part, I can feel the muscles as they are over there. When I'm working with the back, it is broad. I can feel as I'm going. So you just keep on going, keep on feeling. If you notice a trigger point at some place, you put more pressure over there until it feels free. You get it? And if the person's body is all fine, the person does not have trigger points. Some of you have soft life, you don't stress like that, so your body does not have trigger points, but you just want to feel good. You just want someone to be playing around your body, the relationship, the couples, the wives. Once in a while, the husbands and the wives, fine. So that one you can just continue along the pathway of the muscle. Look for the insertion points, look for the origin point, and massage from the insertion to the origin, or to the central, or towards the heart, or to the center of the body. That is all massage is about. So as to when you go to the spa, whether they add aromatics, whether they are putting sweet perfume around, whether they are doing hot towel on you, whether they are playing cool music, ambient sounds and stuff for you, that one is just added feel. You get it? And some of you too, like the touch that I was saying, it's like you remember back in the days that your mothers were taking care of you when you were a baby, like cuddling you, keeping you. So as you are massaging someone and stuff like that, people just, at that moment, you just let go of yourself. You just forget. Before you know, they have slept and they are gone. So you now wake them up after you are done with your session. And the same, and this is where ethics also comes in. ethics in the sense of not doing harm, and also being sensitive and professional in your work. There are many cases that have come up about people blaming physiotherapists for touching them and all of those stuffs. What you are doing and the intention behind it can trigger someone to also do something. And sometimes people also come with ulterior motives, but the professionalism, the way you carry yourself, will change the approach or will give the person second thoughts. But if you are so open, you are so welcoming, you are so touchy all around and stuff, before you know, something might happen. And when they file a case against you, it won't be easy to come out. And then all your degree and years of practice, license revoked, and that's the end of it. You don't want any of that. And that also makes home services also very cautionary. Like, you must be very cautious and careful with home visits. Aside looking at the ethical part of home visits too, is the equipment, because everybody claims they need a physiotherapist, but sometimes the physiotherapists also need physio for themselves, because we are not robots or laborers out there coming to take away your pain or solve your needs. No, we are also human beings. We are using our body to also help you come out of a certain limitation that you are in at that moment. So this is not a time to put pressure on the therapist attending to you, or expect, oh, do here, add this one. And one thing I also don't like about certain people is that they also want to own you as if you are for them. No, it's not the best. Even the money can be coming and all of that too, but no. And why I even brought this part is concerning the home visit or the home services is the equipment, because even in the facility sometimes we complain. You are coming to mobilize somebody who cannot move themselves, and you are coming to move the person's leg, move the person's hand. This is someone who is paralyzed and broken down, and you are doing, we call it passive range of motion. So you are the passive, because the person is passive, the person is just there. So you the therapist are the one doing it for the person. We also have active assisted, where the person can use their active side to assist themselves. So sometimes as medical professionals, you see that physios will come and they'll task the person to use their correct side to support their wrong side and do their own exercises. You don't always have to rely on the relatives. But if the person is in a coma, or the person is totally broken down and cannot help themselves, that is where you are doing the passive. Other than that, if everything is fine, then it is active range of motion, where the person is doing everything on their own. So here lies the case. You go to the clinic and you want to help someone with their exercise and stuff, but the bed is all the way down to the floor, and you now have to compromise, because I'm not going to squat and do what I'm going to. Once I squat, I'll go beyond myself. The only way is to bend, or maybe spread my legs apart so that I can come down a little. Someone too is a physiotherapist and the person is very tall. As for them, they suffer a lot. So you see the nature of the bed you are coming to. Where if you are coming to massage somebody and your bed is all the way to the floor, you will not be able to do much. Thank you. Yes, you'll not be able to do much. And then the people too, they might not have some of the gym equipment over there. So you see that at the end of the day, it is, you just go and put yourself in trouble, and also worsen the patient's condition if you don't manage things well. So you just need to be careful of that caution as well. So I think I've touched on the surface more on physiotherapy, and I think at this moment we can welcome some questions. So we are free to ask questions, and I hope to answer them to the best of my knowledge, experience, and the inspiration from the Holy Spirit. Hallelujah. Yes, please. What's your question? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so the the question comes with how Africans bath their children, Africans or our mothers, for our Ghanaian to be specific. They make sure they hold your joints and the hot water, the towel, everything. Then they'll do your buttocks, your head. They'll shape your head for you, everything fine. Well, as the child has come like that, you know, the joint and everything has not fully formed yet. So there's no major damage going to happen come like that. And oftentimes it is some of these things that have even shaped people, and then you see them today, they are beautiful, and then they don't even thank their grandmothers and their mothers anymore. Some children come and they have like bow legs, but because they have been doing the hot water and massaging your leg like that as from the childhood, the leg straightens as you are growing, because as they come, the whole bones and everything is like super soft. Nothing is strong and highly developed yet. So as they are working and repositioning yourself like that, and you are growing, you see that, oh, your legs are all straight. Some people come with a bit of the K leg, a bit of the W and stuff, but because of these things that they did for them, they'll hold their legs, they'll bend it and do all of that for them. It has more or less straightened their legs. And some people to the head shape, because of the delivery, it elongates or is not right. It's the way they also do it. Some people also do it. It's not right. So and you see, you have the frontal nails split in between like that, because the skull has not also grown yet. There's still room for the brain to develop. So as some of them are pressing the head and doing stuff like that, and some of them too, they use super hot water, like very hot water. By the time they are done, the whole baby is burning red, looking red. And some of you too, you should go and thank them for your buttocks, because they are the ones who hip your buttocks for you. They'll shape and push your buttocks for you. You should go and thank your grandma. So I said they were disjointing us. Okay, so till the bucket finish, the water finish in the bucket. Ajay. Okay, any other question? Acupuncture. So that also brings me to one thing that I would say is mobilization and manipulation. So as I said, I can't list everything that physios can do or do over here. So we have mobilization. Mobilization is when like you are not able to do certain things with your joint or your muscles, and I guide you or help you do that. I've mobilized that place. Massage is also a form of mobilizing the joint, the muscles. Massage goes more to, because you are not massaging bone, it goes more to soft tissue. And then when it comes to manipulation, that one goes more to joints. So this is where chiropractors come in. So they are the ones that will say that, okay, this person has scoliosis, the curve, the S shape of the back. Then they'll hold you, position you, and then you just be hearing the joints, like they'll be locking things. So that one, they are manipulating the joint back into place. That is high level, advanced level technique. You must get a license. What we have is bachelors. Like you must go masters or advanced classes, have separate license for those top level techniques before you practice that. You can't go to the clinic. Some of you watch TikTok, they hold the person's neck, they'll pull it back, bend it like this. No. I'm never going to dare that. You get it? What I'll do is mobilize you, because that goes to the soft tissue. And then this is where acupuncture also comes in. Acupuncture, they often link it to, some people do it with electricity, where they have these electrode pads that they join to it. As for the Chinese and all those one, they do meridian systems, so they map the body as like a river flow. So they are like, okay, the nerves flow in this channel, the chakra and all of that. So they'll be like spiraling portals of energy that is locked within you. So they locate certain points in the body, then they use the pin to pin at those places. So as they have done that, it's like there's no way, and then I've come to create a way. So once I pull the pin out later on, there's free, the channel has been opened, the flow is smooth now. So as they pull the pins and all over, and then they are done with everything, you just feel the blood flow again. Do you see? And metals are good conductors, so this one, their focus is the nerve pathway. So that's when they use the meridian system to do the acupuncture. That's high level. I'm not going to catch anybody down, and God knows with what needle, and then be poking you at God knows what place. So it's also high level advanced things that are done. So all of that are modalities to help. So physios relieve pain and to get you to move from an injury standpoint. So is there any other question? Zoom, I'm not seeing any question. TikTok, it's Legon for my own people. Zoom to I say Zoom. TikTok to I'm not seeing much of any question. YouTube to nothing much like that. Yeah. The crack one, the manipulation one. What question do you have on it? So it's chiropractic. The only thing is the only thing is that one is more of experience based. So practice means you do it for some time. So it's just like how yes, and then models, human beings and models, how they work out this manipulation stuff. So you see that medical practitioners like this, they study for some years, then they do the housemanship and all of that, right? The residence, like you practice under someone for some time. It reaches a point before you can be fully doctor on your own, right? That is how it is. So chiropractic like this, you have to know detail about the nerves and then the vessels that are going all across before you go and hold somebody and then you are breaking things back into alignment. You see, So that one you must really master your anatomy and nervous system very well to be able to pull off that high level tactics. So that's just it. And I made mention of range of motions, and you see us using many tools. One is the goniometer. Someone is like, and also here then. So goniometer, you see us holding the thing like tape measure. Actually, we don't use it much in the facilities. It's only when you are in school that clinicals and stuff you are pressured to use it more, but ideally we should be using it. So the thing is, it has demarcations. As I put it on a joint, for example, this hand like this, it can come to a certain from extension. If I should flex it, it can cover a certain angle. So if someone comes with an injury and is stuck at maybe can only come here, you measure their normal compared to the other part, and like, oh, the person can do only up to this part. Then as you are doing therapy progressively, you keep measuring and be like, oh, in 2 weeks time he can cover 70 degrees. So it's just an indication for you that, oh, we are doing that. But oftentimes we end to do eyeballing, because I can now see that definitely you can come, I can see it. So but just for documentation purposes, that's where you have to get the figures down, so that if court issue or something comes up, you are safe. You have documented your treatment protocols and prognosis, everything well. And sometimes too, we have not, so where someone is like both parts, this where we now compare with the average normal that is there for everybody. So there's an average for everybody that, oh, the leg can cover this distance, but some people can do more than that. If someone is fat and the person bends the hand like this, the fatness here and the fatness here will not let the person go full to here. A skinny person can go all the way to their shoulder, and someone who goes to the gym, Arnold Schwarzenegger, goes to gym and then the biceps are built bulk, and the arm to him too, you see that he can't give you that full flexion because the built muscle will limit it. So everybody and their own, one coat does not fit it all. So we don't treat a patient holistically. Every patient is individual. So we have treatments that we do from children, adults. We also have men and women cases, elderlies, all together. And this one would have even been an interesting one. Thank God I did not bring it earlier. It's at the ending point. So there is the women case over there. Me, I've not invested in that, so I can't tell you much over there. There are times women go and deliver, they have prolapses or have even sexual related difficulties and stuff too. There are exercises to help. There are men who have also fallen short in their calling. And that part too, yeah, because it's all muscles that is supporting everything over there. So there are exercises and stuff that they can put you on to build that part. So the core mandate of physiotherapy is to relieve pain, help you build your body to recover a certain functionality that you were doing before, to be able to move again. So massage is not part, it's part of physiotherapy, it's a sub of physiotherapy, and it's not physiotherapy. Do we get it? Thank you. So I think that has brought us to a close, since you are not asking plenty questions, and the time is also up. So we have our Momo Pay. Where do I put it at? It's already showing. Okay. So the number is 053-885-8826. 053-885-8826. If you are grateful for the knowledge received today, and also the house, the ministry, Prophet Peter Bedman, Peter Baby Generation Ministry, you are grateful for it, please. Yes, you can do the honors to also support the ministry, and you want to sow seed into it too. Is there 223929 for the merchant ID? I told you it is by grace that physios practice what we do, and there are so many conditions out there, and by the grace upon my life too, sometimes I've seen people come out of conditions, and even me, I'm over there, I'm like, are you sure you are lying or you are telling the truth? Because you just can't tell, but the evidence is there. The person is doing better, has returned back to their life, and it's like it was just a thing of yesterday. How we reach there sometimes is a marvel. So I don't know what physiotherapy condition is there. We have musculoskeletal conditions, we have neuro-related conditions, and joint-related orthopedics. There are many out there. But if you believe, plenty people were touching Jesus's garment. Plenty people were touching Jesus's garment. But the woman told herself that what? If I will only touch, I will receive my healing. If I will only tap into this grace, if I will only reach out, faith comes by hearing. You have heard. If you have that pain, that injury, that is healing, that fracture or that stroke, paralysis, facial palsy, cerebral palsy, whatsoever it is, neurological or musculoskeletal, and you believe in God, you believe as you have heard, you believe in the ministry, as you tap into it, may the Lord reach out to you in his healing. May the Jehovah Rapha, may his healing be your portion, even as you believe this night, that at best, even to the next 30 days, you will share your own testimony as well. The grace of the Lord be with us all. I thank you for your sacrifice and your time that you have made to listen and to partake of today's teachings, and also to honor the house with your presence, to learn and to also stir your faith. May the Lord replenish your lost energies, give strength to you, bless the works of your hands, and keep you in this week. Shalom to all.